That's a right pretty piece of wood. I didn't see it when I first started it. I mean, I knew it was okay, but the way it's turned out, it's a fairly pretty piece of wood. I'm gonna go ahead and start making the forearm. This one here it's the original one. I'm pretty sure it's got the same numbers on it and in the same stamping as the receiver, but this one has really had it. It's been worn so much. It's literally worn a dip in the middle of this thing. Somebody's handled it so much. This gun could easily be over 100 years old. Not patent date, actual manufacture date. I'll get back with you on that. I'm going to do a little research on it. And this thing sits down in there about a quarter, give or take. That is .22, just under a quarter. That's 686. .688, 2 thousandths off. I'm okay with that. Right in the middle of this, there's this little screw that pivots. It's on the back side of this. It pivots it on that curve right there. And there's a screw that sticks out here in the back. And I got to allow enough clearance for that screw. It's sticking out here about 75 thousandths or so. It's a little over a 16th. About like that. Then there's another milling that's, I'm gonna have to take it off here and put it in a different, I'll probably just cut it out by hand. There's a little round, it's in the casting actually, a little round place, about the size of a dime, just the way they made this. I'll have to mill out for that. I'm gonna change bits, put a 1/4 inch bit in there, and I can do a bunch of that with this mill. If I came down just over and straight down about 3/8 of an inch and go in about 1/8, I believe I can take most of that out. Now I've got a mill out for this little spring, and it will start about right there, and it'll go to about right there. But there is something else that goes in here. This is milled out, this little slot, because of what's on the bottom of the barrel, the lug, and so I need to mill out as far up as the front of that lug, or the front of that slot, which will be right there. probably about 3/4 below here, because this sits below here a little bit. So about 3/4 down from here. And it's got a curved shape. You can see it's kind of bellied, it's got a round bottom. So I can go where that lug sits flat, and then I got to belly it down. I'll go straight in here and then come over and then up and across. That's my depth gauge. It lets me know I'm deep enough. Problem is, my mill is maxed out going down. I've got to chuck this bit just a little bit further down. Hopefully the thing won't come flying out of there. Alright, hopefully that made me a rounded bottom recess. I can clean the rest out with a chisel if I need to, but I'd rather do it with this. Alright, so I got my lug clearance, my spring clearance. I've got this little clearance for the screw there. I need to deepen by hand this little round recess that goes in the end of it, that milling, and then probably shape the end of this. This is not a complete semicircle, it's an oval. So I didn't cut as much as I needed to on this end. I'll have to shape that by hand. But that's close to the milling that I need. Close. So it's got to go that way about a 1/16. I got a gap right there, a little head space. And by the time I take this mark out and recess that far enough, it should jam up tight right in there. Just in case I need to put this thing back in the mill, I'm going to mark this vise of this jaw, or jaw of this vise, sorry.